Alright, what's up guys? So today I wanted to take a look at something. It's kind of just a little part, but something I thought was really cool. I just recently found it, and I thought it would be a valuable addition to my setup. So anyway, I thought you guys might want to take a look. Basically, what it is this little replacement front sight post from Blitzkrieg Components. The Chevron front sight post. You all know, basic M buses, they come with a standard sight post. It's just a little, 1/4 inch high square piece of metal, and then it just, rolls right into it here for adjustment. The M buses are fantastic backup sights. These are the Gen 2s. I love them. I pretty much, all my friends use them. I use them. They're lightweight. They're fairly cost effective. And, bottom line, they're just badass. They're high quality for the price you pay for them. So, well worth the money, a great value. Anyway, when I saw this little front sight post, I just thought this little thing was cool. I've always liked, Chevron reticles in things like the Trigicon, ACOGs and whatnot. And I just thought that there could be some real value to this. Supposedly, this thing really does help improve with quick target acquisition, and it gives you a very nice fine point for targeting, both at distance and a quick chevron to pick up. It's a very contrasted reticle, so it's quick to pick up at close range. Anyway, so here it is. Basically, it comes when you buy it. You get the front sight post. You can either get it with a white chevron or just the black, no white paint on it. I chose for the white because I wanted the contrasting. It is hollow through the center of the chevron there, so you can use that. Both the directions say that you can use this for determining range by judging the height of characters inside this this hole. But another thing you can use this for is for holdover. If you're using the fine point and your hits are happening, if you're zeroed at 50 and your hits are happening right at the tip of the point, then if you move forward onto somebody at 5 to 10 yards, you can pretty much look right through that hole and know that whatever you put in that hole is going to get a fairly accurate hit right on point there through that hole. So I just thought this would be a valuable addition. And so I wanted to add it. Anyway, I'm going to show you the process of adding it as well. Oh, I'm sorry. Besides just the front post, when you buy it, you also get a very nice machined metal tool that is designed to work specifically with the shape of this chevron. Let me get this out of the package first of all so I can show you a little thing about it before we put it on. This is all metal construction. It's got the nice high contrasting paint on both sides. It does, because of the design of this, it's not a pyramid, but that makes sense because in order for it to be a pyramid, you need to have it have 4 legs. To keep this solid, sturdy construction, they made this as a solid sides. So you only get half the amount of adjustment. You can't stop it on, this way and have a fat post. So it's either this way or this way. So you do get half the amount of adjustment, but with this fine point, I'm sure I'm gonna have no problem getting this set up right where I need it, so that the hits are happening at 50 yards right at the tip of this point. I haven't seen any complaints on this yet. Nothing but good things have been said about this so far as I know. Anyway, so yeah, all metal construction, painted on both sides, and then it's got a really nice coating to it as well. You can tell this is a very nice piece for how small and it is. And then same coating, same quality on the wrench. All metal construction. It's gnarled here, so you've got the nice, texturized grip for, when you're grabbing it. And then you can see how it differs from the standard sight post tool, because a sight post tool will just have 4 evenly sized teeth on it, and this one has the larger, kind of castled teeth on the 2 sides that are going to go against the flat parts of this, against the, in front of this, like so. Perfect fit. Very nicely done. You can tell just by touching these things that they're very high quality. So give me a second and we'll get ready to go on installing this thing onto my site. Alright, so when putting this thing on, first thing you'll want to do is remove the factory post that's in the site. Just take the key that comes with the M-bus here, kind of get it in position and press down so you're disengaging the tooth that holds the front sight in place, and then just slowly, carefully start turning it. The M-bus, they are made of polymer. This key is also made of polymer, so you just want to take your time, go slow, so just in case any of the teeth catch on anything, it's not going to be drastic, break your tool or break the sight or whatever. The post on this site is metal, but the parts, all around it, the tooth that catches the post and the housing, of course, is all polymer. Anyway, you screw it out to a certain point, and after a certain point, and you'll want to kind of put your finger back here to hold the little keeper tooth in place. Just start unscrewing it until it comes all the way out. Being careful not to lose that little tooth like I mentioned. Once you get to a certain point, it's pretty much already out, and then you can just use your hand to bring it the rest of the way, like so. There's the factory front post. Here is a look at the little tooth and the spring right there. You can see this is what engages the little notches in the post to hold it at whatever setting you put it at. So you'll want to make sure, if you just dump this over, it will come apart. So you want to make sure just to keep that, hold that in place, make sure that stays right where it needs to be so you don't lose it. That is critical for reinstallation. At this point, you've got everything in place. Just go ahead and drop the new front post into position and kind of, find the hole and get it started by hand. All the while being careful not to lose that little set tooth. Once you get it there, you can take the tool that comes with it and carefully put it over the top of the post, making sure it's seated properly there, and then just slowly but surely screw it back down. Once it starts to engage the tooth, you kind of want to put the tooth into the position it's supposed to be, kind of tuck it down with your finger like that, and then just keep screwing it down. And little by little, keep screwing it down until you get it back to the position where it originally was. Now, that's one thing I didn't mention, but something that I would think would be obvious, but just to mention it anyway. When you do, before you take it apart, get a good eye view of the height of the post, as in comparison to the height of these teeth. Make a mental note of, with a little mark, or you don't need to mark your site, but just visually inspect it and get an idea of where the tip of the post is, so that when you bring it back together, you can get it close. It won't be perfect, of course. Every time you change, the setting on the sights, you will need to, sorry, my hand's kind of blocking it. You will need to reset the height, but at least you can get an idea. Now, this is not the original height I set it at. I'm gonna go a little bit further. Like so. So there you go. You can kind of see, I don't know if you'll be able to see this. See if we can get it to focus in there. You can see how that little tooth is now engaged into the notch in the front right up here, holding the sight at whatever setting you get it to. And I was taking a little visual, note there that the tip of the sight was close to where that, that little shaving right there started on the side ear here. So I've got it close. I will definitely re-zero this sight to make sure it's on, but this is basically what it looks like. This is the bottom of the sight, and this is the top. You do have a visual chevron on both the front and back because of the way you need to adjust it, but very nice. It goes very well with the shape of this sight overall. It looks like it's made to fit in there for sure, and the point is definitely very sharp. I'm going to go ahead now and get a screwdriver so I can throw this on the gun and show you what it looks like both when you're just using the iron sights as backups and also when you're co-witnessing through the EOTech. So there it is. Very nice. Give me 1 second and I'll be right back to throw it on the gun. Alright guys, so I thought I'd save you the drama of watching me mount my front sight. Here's what it looks like on the rail. Pretty much just like the standard Gen 2 M-Bus, but it's got a big badass bright white chevron on it. As far as the shooter's perspective, I will try to show you right there. You can see aiming on the pot, aiming on the wall. Even on the wall, it's really easy to pick up that point. And transitioning between light and dark colors, also very easy to pick up that chevron. When it comes to viewing through the optic, I can try to give you a look at that as well. That's pretty much it right there. It's a little high right now. Normally, and when I'm looking through it with my own eye, the white, the center dot is definitely right on the tip of the chevron, and then the circle kind of surrounds the chevron like a setting sun. Fills up the gap between the ears on the M-Bus. All in all, just a badass little addition to the rifle. I'm definitely looking forward to getting this out somewhere where I can put it through its paces and see what kind of advantages it might be able to give me. The front sight post will fit into any AR-15 front sight that accepts the standard AR-15 post. So not just Magpols, but Troy's, anything, even the factory fixed front sight post, anything that accepts the factory front sight post of an AR-15 will accept this chevron. So anyway, that is the chevron front sight post from Blitzkrieg Components. A badass little piece of weapon part there, and something I think I'm definitely going to enjoy. After I've had some time to test it and mess with it in the field, I'll definitely get back to you guys with a updated, review of it. If you guys have any questions or comments, definitely feel free to leave them below, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And other than that, stay tuned for new stuff coming soon. Till next time, take it easy.